China-headquartered brand Great Wall Motors launched a sub-brand in 2018. They called it Ora, which means open, reliable, and alternative. Words that will probably describe also the vehicle we're going to reveal right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the all-electric Ora 03. Now, car enthusiasts will probably take a look at the Ora 03 and say, this looks familiar. Actually, that happened to me too, and I think I know why. It's because the designer of the Ora 03 is actually an ex-Porsche guy. So, if you take a look at the front fascia, kinda reminds you of a Porsche 911. Well, actually, I was doing some research last night, and I thought to myself, this fascia really looks something else. And when I checked, it actually looks like, and I want you to Google this, it actually looks like, a bit like Sally in that movie, Cars, right?
Wow. I have never found you more attractive.
So it's like a softer version of a 911. The Ora 3 or 03 also has these bulges on the hood. It actually looks good, helps to break the monotony of the hood. And then of course you have the Ora logo right here, which reminds me of an exclamation point. And maybe this is GWM telling us, yes, we want to make a statement with this car. And of course, you go to the telltale Porsche inspiration, the headlamps. And you have the DRLs fringing your LED headlamps. That's good. And that also switches to color yellow, the DRLs I mean. So they double as turn signals as well. Now over to the side, you will notice right away that the Ora 03 has quite huge wheels for its size. They're 18-inch alloy wheels, and right above the front one, in the fender, you have this. That's the charging port, and this accepts both CS2 and DC charging. So you have your choice if you want it fast or furious, or you want it slow and steady. Okay, over here you have your side view mirror with turn lamps, but importantly, it also has a camera, much like the one in front that we showed you earlier, adding to more safety and enabling the aforementioned ADAS features that it has. Now, as for the body shape of the Ora 03, the Porsche resemblance ends in the front, because from there to the midsection to the back, I think it looks more like an Abarth, and it really shows you how much of a hatchback it is. And what I like about it are the short overhangs in front and in the back. These, of course, will lead to more agile steering. And also, as far as the passengers go, more space inside the vehicle because you maximize the wheelbase. Another thing that I see in the vehicle, it looks kind of a cross between the Fiat Abarth and a Mini actually. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll see more of that Mini reference when we go inside. Now over to the back, you see of course a very prominent shark fin antenna that will lead you to this. It's a very good sized spoiler. Now, I want you to take a look at it as a whole. Now, something's kind of off here, or something's missing. The tail lamps. The tail lamps are actually here. This one, and this one. So I like it though that this is very clean over here. It gives you more sense of space. That's pretty much it. It's a very clean look. And you have your very prominent badge over here, Ora. And again, this is actually a sub-brand. You have to remember that. This is a sub-brand of Great Wall Motors. It's not just a model. Now, this being the Ora 03 400 variant, there's a higher variant, the 500. The liftgate is not powered, but you know, it's small enough, so I think that shouldn't be a problem. And you open it like so. Easy peasy. Now inside the Ora 03, I'm actually reminded of some other subcompacts or hatchbacks that I've tried through the years, in that they look very small outside, but inside, the space is actually very decent. Now, when you get in and see and take a look around, what I like about the Ora 03 is, number one, the finish is something else. Not your ordinary, there are plastics, of course, but the quilting for this so-called lower variant is not bad. You have soft touch surfaces, and I like the mix of materials that they use. And the color, with regard to the color, which is basically black and dark gray, I actually prefer this to the 500 because that one is in a lighter color of beige and looks like coffee to me. But yeah, because of those lighter colors, I think they would be more high maintenance. Okay, so right up front, you have both your instrument cluster and your infotainment screen, all digital. They're quite huge, to be honest, for the car size. That being said, it has Apple CarPlay, so that's always a plus, and Android Auto. I was talking earlier about how I think it's a little bit Mini inspired, and I see that here with the toggle switches, which controls your air conditioning, ventilation, and glass warming, all that stuff. So yeah, I can see inspirations both from Porsche, Mini, and maybe Fiat in the Abarth. What else do we have? We have here 2 USB-A ports. And speaking of charging, there are a couple of wireless chargers. Yeah, there are a couple of wireless chargers here, which we're gonna try. It's charging. So there's one, and there's just one. Okay, I like the stitching on the dashboard. It looks real red. Okay, yeah, curiously, I was talking about the black interior, but when you talk about your pillars and your ceiling, they are actually of lighter color. But I would have probably preferred it to be in black as well. Although, having said that, the lighter color makes it look more expansive or spacious. Aircon vents are, and of course, if you're looking for a gear shifter, that's over here. It's a rotary knob where you actually switch from reverse, neutral, and drive. And if you want to go to park, you just simply press P. Of course, you also have auto hold, you have electronic parking brake. There's enough of equipment here or features here that should make you think, hey, it's worth the 1.288 million. Because the Ora 03 is an electric vehicle, then you get all of the benefits of having an electric vehicle. That is very low NVH, or noise, vibration, and harshness. But having said that, I do hear quite a bit of traffic outside, even if we closed all the windows. And that's probably more on them than this car, like that noisy truck over there. But it's fun to drive, actually, because also one of the things, it being an electric vehicle, one of the things it has or boasts is torque almost on demand. Like, it's almost like your right foot is connected to the motor, like directly. Like if you want to go fast, then you just depress it. It doesn't hesitate, and that's a good thing. And also, it's pretty light, so the motor is spec'd just right for the size of the and the weight of the Ora 03. And the ADAS system that we mentioned earlier, of course, I can see renderings of vehicles around me in the instrument cluster, on the instrument cluster, and that shows me that it is a vigorous feature. So like, there's this car over here, it registers here, and a couple of motorcycles quite away from us, and it still reads it. It's good to have, I guess. But of course, that shouldn't stop you from looking at the road. Again, also because of the things that we looked at earlier when we inspected the interior of the vehicle, when you drive the Ora 03, you get the feeling that you're in a much more premium car than the price point would suggest. As I mentioned earlier, GWM is calling the Ora such because it means open, reliable, and alternative. But did you know that Ora in Latin also means pray? And safe to say that GWM is praying that the Ora 03, both variants of it, will open the door to greater EV ownership in the Philippines. And that's something we'd all like to see, frankly speaking. For Uncap, this has been Cap Maceda Aguilar.